Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marlicia's Meanderings. I am Marlicia, also known as Marlicia Muses. And once again, I am doing a video that's a little different than I planned on doing. I had hoped to be doing a review on the Western I just finished, which is The Virginian. But although I finished it like late Friday or early Saturday, and Saturday afternoon and evening was spent celebrating our 42nd wedding anniversary, so I did not get to prepare. So we are going to do a book haul, okay? So bear with me as we do a rather eclectic book haul. The first book that I got, I actually did not purchase. It was given to me by Talia, who is Talia Nerds Out, and you can find her channel linked in the video and the description box. This is an L.M. Montgomery book. This is the lady who wrote Anne of Green Gables, the entire series. And this is called The Road to Yesterday. I have not yet read this one. I have read all the Anne series, but not all the adjacent Anne series. And I believe this one is an adjacent. I think it mentions Anne and Gilbert, but it's not about them specifically. I'm not positive because I haven't read this yet. So that was my first one. I did not buy that one. I was proud of myself. Now, you will notice as I go through these books, I have a couple of authors that I bought multiple books from, like 2 of them each. I've been wanting to round out my collection if I found out that I had blank spaces, or all of a sudden I'm like, this book was given to me when I was a child. I never read it, and I can't find said book anywhere, so I would purchase that book as well. So a little bit of nostalgic book picking up as well. Okay, so this one is Captains Courageous, and this is by Rudyard Kipling. I have never read this book. I have seen the movie, the one with Spencer Tracy, but I've never read the book. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Oh, the print is kind of small. I hope I can read this with my glasses. But look at the cover. I like the cover. Isn't that nice? Some of you tubers who like vintage covers, this is a nice cover. All the muted yellows and browns and golds. It's kind of an unusual choice for something about the sea. I would have thought they would have been blues and grays and things, but they chose yellows and browns and golds. And this is a Signet classic. So I'm not... It was $3.95 when it came out. $3.95. So yes, this book is older. Now, the next book that I picked up, I still have the little tag on it. This was from Thrift Books, I think. Let me get this. I'm going to be careful about pulling the tag off. I don't want to damage the actual cover. This is a hardcover book, and I'm not sure if it's I'm not sure if it's available new anymore. I didn't see any new, but that doesn't mean it's not there. This is When the Lord Speaks to Your Heart, Daily Devotions, and you can see I have to get this sticky stuff off. I think my husband has some stuff that pulls that away, and I might have some as well. But this is a daily devotional, so you can see, like, the day, and it's only about half a page or 3/4 of a page, which is perfect for people who are busy in the morning or just snatching something at lunchtime to kind of get in touch with the Lord. And it's a beautiful hardcover book, and for those of you who know the Daughters of St. Paul, that's who put this out, I believe. Pauline Books and Media, so that's the Daughters of St. Paul. Isn't that a pretty cover? I like the autumnal colors to it. It's almost like a sunset, or perhaps a sunrise. I believe a sunset. Sunrise usually has more pinks to it. It's a very nice book, a very nice cover. It's very soft for a hardcover book. All right, the next one. Okay, this book. When I was a kid, I picked up a Reader's Digest. I don't know if it was an actual Reader's Digest or those Reader's Digest compilations that they used to have of short stories. And there's one story made a real impression on me. It was called Arnie the Darling Starling. And I thought it was only a short story. I was looking for it because I wanted to read it again. And I come to find that it's actually a book, Arnie the Darling Starling, by Marguerite Siegel-Corbeau and Diane Marie Barras. This is a hardcover book. It's a full novel. I guess you wouldn't call it a novel because it's actually what really happened. it just captivated me. I forget exactly what it was about, except it was about a starling, and I believe it was a wild starling who became sort of a pet, but I can't remember, so I don't want to misspeak. That's why I want to reread it. It really touched me as a child, and when I saw it, when I was doing some research for books I wanted to read, I said, let me look this up. I just wanted to read the short story. I thought, oh, it'd be a short story, it'd be a quick read. No, it is an actual novel, and it is it's almost 230, a little over 230 pages, and it is not strictly speaking a novel, but it's nonfiction. It says in here, a little blurb on the inside cover here says, warm-hearted, gentle people, warm-hearted, gentle people inspire more than they ever realized. For Mary Jane and Patsy, the Big Sioux, who said dare to dream. This is, I was hoping it said more about the bird, but here's a picture. And I didn't realize there were pictures in this book, but there are pictures in this book, so that's a nice surprise. Kind of pencil, pen, and ink kind of things. And here you can see a picture of the lady, the author, with her bird, with the starling. It doesn't happen often, a book that captures the essence of the animal-human bond, but when it does, the sky lights up. Arnie has caught lightning in a bottle. It glows, and everyone who reads this book will walk around smiling inside and out. That's just one of the blurbs. I don't want to read all of them, because if you want to read it, you can read it yourself. I want to see what the inside cover looks like, after you take the dust jacket off. Oh, it's plain on the front, but it's got this nice lettering on the spine. Not quite raised. I guess it's printed on there. I'm really happy to find this book. I didn't think I'd be able to find it. Like I said, I thought it was a short story, not a book. So, okay. Now, this book, when the new Holy Father was elected, Pope Leo XIV, I wanted to get to know him a little better, because I didn't know Francis at all through his entire pontificate. And I wanted to get to know Leo XIV. I mean, he's the first American pope, and American / I forget what the other country is. But the point is, he's the first American pope, and I think it was Peru. So I wanted to get to know him. So I bought 2 books. The other one, both on pre-order. This one came later than expected, and the other one hasn't even shipped yet. But this is The Portrait of the First American Pope, Leo XIV, by Matthew Bunson, and it looks like it's EWTN Publishing, Eternal Word Network Publishing. So I want to learn about him. Fully American Pope, shaped by both the U.S. and Latin America. So this will be really nice. I'm looking forward to reading this and the next one coming in. Not particularly big print, not particularly little print, nice margins, so it shouldn't take too long to read. And I'm really looking forward to getting to it. Now, I have been enjoying the Westerns the Western that I read. The Virginian was fantastic. I don't want to get into it too much because I would like to do a book review later on. But it got me thinking about what other Westerns I might want to read. And I have some on Kindle. And this one I picked up. It was hard to find. And it took a while for it to come in. I was hoping it would come in before June on the Range ended. I don't know if I'll have time to read anything out of this before it ends. I might be able to because it's short stories. This is The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, A Man Called Horse, The Hanging Tree, and Lost Sisters. So these are 4 short stories, and one of them looks like it's about as long as a novella. And the interesting thing about these Westerns is they were written by a woman, by Dorothy M. Johnson. I thought the Westerns were all written by men, which shows, I don't know what that shows about me, but I thought they were written by men. You see John Wayne on the cover from The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. But the movie was based on the short story, I believe. And I've heard of all of these except The Lost Sister. I've seen The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I may have seen The Man Called Horse and The Hanging Tree, but I'm not sure. So this will be interesting. I want to read The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I don't know if I'll be able to do it before this is over with. If I do, I will let you know what I think of it. It only looks like it's about 25 pages, so maybe I'll be able to read it. So I'm excited about this. If the Westerns continue like the Virginian, I think I'm going to like this genre if I stick to the ones that are clean, because they have the vintage classic ones seem to have a nice balance in terms of violence and just the way they do things is a little easier for someone like me to digest and to accept. Now, this is another one that I got multiples from this author. This is Louisa May Alcott, and this is Rose in Bloom. Now, I love this story. It's the second in the series of 8 Cousins and Rose in Bloom. This is the second book. I was disappointed in this book. Not the story, but the book, because it wasn't, I don't like the way it's set up. It reminds me of the way it was Elizabeth's German Garden was set up. It's small print, no margins, very little breaks in terms of paragraph breaks. And I just don't like the way it's set up. So I'm going to unhaul this book. My daughter ordered me another copy and I'll pay her for it, but I'm going to unhaul this one because it's a beautiful cover. I love the story. I don't like the way it's set up. It's just, I feel like I'm reading a newspaper or something. I can't enjoy this. It's too much work to read the print, and it makes me feel like I'm reading a magazine. When I'm reading a book, I want to read a book, not a magazine. So even though I love the cover on this and I love the story, arguably even more than I love 8 Cousins, I am unhauling this book, and I will pay Talia for the new one that's coming in. That is what I used to have, and I don't know if I gave Talia my copy or got lost or whatever, but I have a new one coming in to replace this one. Yes, I am unhauling a new book for another book, but I won't read it, so it's going. This is the 8 Cousins. So this is the first of the series. Isn't that a beautiful cover? Now, this one I'm very happy with, okay? Seawolf Press. It's a beautiful cover. Absolutely gorgeous cover. And when you look inside, I was really happily surprised. Oh, look at this. Now, this is just, I didn't see this. A little, it looks like a note from Louisa May Alcott. And obviously, this is not an old copy, so it's not the real note. It is a copy, but I think it says, let me see if I can read this. To the many boys and girls whose letters it has been impossible to answer, this book is dedicated as a peace offering by their friend, L.M. Alcott. Isn't that nice? I like that. That's kind of cool. So that's that. But I wanted to show you also, there are pictures in here, which makes me happy. Let me see if I can find them. I'm pretty sure this, yeah, here we go. And while I love color pictures, sometimes the black and whites are just amazing. This is Rose and Phoebe. And here you've got, suppose we go to China. And I don't remember who this is rowing with Rose. I'll have to check it out. It's been so long since I've read 8 Cousins. But this is one of my favorite books, along with Rose and Bloom and Little Women and Anne of Green Gables and things like that. So isn't that gorgeous? I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to start reading these again. And it's not like I don't have a billion books to read that I haven't started, but I want to read these. Is that wrong? To want to read these first? Probably is. But anyway, I'm very happy. And I wish you could feel this cover. It's very, very soft. It reminds me of if this was a cloth, like polished cotton. It's a beautiful book. And my last book, and this one also has a Thrift Books, I think it's a Thrift Books sticker on it, and I want it to come off because it's right over the author's name. want to tear anything. I'll have to do the rest of it later. But I love the cover on this book. There we go. Still just a little bit on here, but at least you can see the author's name. It's gold stamped. Kim, by Rudyard Kipling, Riding on the Elephant. And this is one of those Reader's Digest books on the side here. Oh, look at the artwork in this one. I would probably get lost in the artwork and take forever to read this. Show you here, Kim. My uncle had given me this book when I was really too young to appreciate it. I think I must have been 7 or 8. And it stayed on my shelf forever. And I think I gave it to my sister, who was his goddaughter, when she got old enough. And I just decided, maybe I should read it, because I never really knew what it was about. And I was reading the synopsis somewhere in the summary, and I was like, oh, I would like that. So I picked it up, and I got a really nice copy. And look at the artwork in this. Isn't that gorgeous? The print is really nice. Look at this. Sepia artwork. Trying to see if there's another color. I think there's more color pictures in here. If not, that's fine. I like the other artwork as well, as I said earlier. I mean, the detail in this. Look at this. As I said, I've never read this book, so I'm looking forward to reading this. I think Kipling wrote Gunga Din as well, but I think Gunga Din is a poem. I need to pick that up. I mean, look at this. The characterization in the artwork. You see the personality almost, which I think is amazing. So that's kind of quick and painless. There's a double spread. Kind of quick and painless. That's all my books for today. I want to thank you for joining me for my meanderings here on my BookTube channel. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I wish you a very, very blessed day and remainder of your weekend and upcoming week. God bless and have a great day.